Hi, friends, it's Rainy, and today this is my second attempt at trying to film the last video for the Betsy Tacy 2019 read along. My first attempt, I made it through the whole video, went to edit it back, and realized I had lipstick all over my front teeth. so, so I wasn't going to post that, so let's do a take two, shall we? I'm just a hot mess today. So, anyway, the final installment in the Betsy Tacy 2019 read along was Winona's Pony Cart. And this was just a short little novella and all about Winona, who is the daughter of the Deep Valley Sun's editor, I believe. I believe that was the name of the newspaper. But so she is a little rich girl. Um, and oh, I should say that this review is going to be full of spoilers because it's almost like a short story. It was only like probably under 150 pages. So I feel like it would be hard to talk about it without spoilers. But this novella was not my favorite. I'm not gonna lie about that. It was cute, um, but the ending was a bit of a dud for me. So first, let's talk about what I did like about this. This focuses on, of course, like I said, Winona, and it's going back in time to the beginning of the Betsy Tacy and Tib years when the girls are all 8 years old. And they're all friends, so Betsy, Tacy, and Tib make an appearance, and and it's Winona's birthday, and she will be turning 8 years old. So she, being a rich girl, tends to always get what she wants. And she, at this point, is not really obnoxious about it. It's just something that she just knows is going to happen. She makes a little joke that her father always will tell her, oh, he doesn't have the money for whatever she asks for, but she knows in the end she's going to get it anyway. And she almost just takes it as like the family game that, oh, I'm going to ask for something. Daddy's going to tell me that he doesn't have the money to get it for me, but then I'm going to get it on my birthday or whatever. So, which to a point, that's okay, I guess. Um, if you're just trying to throw her off and she asks for like normal stuff, which, in the beginning she does. She asks for a doll, and I think it's a bit of a fancy doll. I can't remember, but um, and then she also asks for a small printing press, which does seem extravagant. But at the same time, her father is the editor of the town newspaper, so I would think like. As her father, I'd be like, oh, that's so nice that my daughter is taking an interest in what I do. Yeah, I'm going to get her this small child's printing press. Okay, I wouldn't have begrudged him that. But the rest of the story, the most of the story, is about Winona's desire for a pony. And, it was kind of tongue in cheek, I feel like, because, lots of little girls at some point, and maybe little boys, want ponies. They're cute. They're something to ride. But usually most girls realize that that is kind of a pipe dream. And however, Winona asks for one, and of course gets the regular response of, "Oh no, you can't have a pony." But this time her mother gets involved, and her mother is, more cautious, wants Winona to be more of a civilized Edwardian lady. So she doesn't want her going gallivanting off on a pony all the time, and she feels like she spends too much time outdoors anyway. So she just does. She kind of wants Winona not to be a tomboy. So she just kind of poo poos the idea. So Winona, because her mother is involved in this one, honestly kind of thinks that she's not going to get the pony. So it kind of goes through the rest of the story, and Winona is wondering, will she, won't she get the pony? So the parts that I did like, before I go into the part that I didn't like, which you can probably see coming, is, but the parts that I did like were that Winona's birthday party was supposed to have a set number of people, and it was 15 kids that Winona's mother invited. So Winona was really not even part of the invitation process. Winona accepts that, she doesn't really care. She's 8. She just kind of assumed that's the way birthday parties were. And so she goes to school and she's talking to this little boy that she, is friends with. She doesn't like him, like in a romantic sense, but they're friends. And he tells her that he just invites people to parties via word of mouth. And he says that that's like a normal thing to do. So Winona gets excited and she starts doing that. So everybody that she invites shows up to her party, including uh, 2 or 3 little Syrian kids that were in the town of Little Syria in Deep Valley. That they are a constant factor, a constant subplot in all of the Deep Valley books, I feel like. And I really like that because Maud Hart Lovelace really gives a lot of respect to the Syrians. She shows them as being on equal footing with the town of Sweet Valley. Wow. Of Deep Valley. We were getting into a whole nother series there at that moment. um, but yeah, so I really liked that part. The Syrian kids even kind of saved the party because obviously Winona's mother was, kind of in a panic whenever all these uninvited kids showed up and she didn't have enough cake for them. And the Syrian kids brought baklava. So they suddenly had enough cake and baklava for all of the kids. In the end, the Syrian kids were kind of the heroes of the birthday party, which I thought was pretty awesome. That part I really liked. I thought it was cute and funny, and I liked the whole Syrian part of it. And so that was great. But the part, of course, that I did not like was that in the end, Winona gets her pony. And it starts out that Winona gets this pony, but she doesn't realize that her father rented it just for the party because it comes with like a horse trainer that leads the kids around on pony rides and typical thing. And Winona really doesn't understand why this guy's hanging around. But when her father finally confesses that it is a rented pony, Winona cries and gets upset, which, okay, again, understandable. But instead of letting this be a lesson to Winona that, you can't have everything that you ask for, and, you know, whenever your parents tell you no to something, it's not always a disaster, you know. Um, Instead, the father feels guilty and he goes out and he offers the horse trainer money and he takes it and is all like, oh, I wanted to get out of the business anyway. And just, sells his pony and Winona gets a pony. And I don't know. That really disappointed me. So, anyway, this little novella was a little bit of a dud to go out on for me. But that doesn't mean that overall I didn't love this because I did. I loved this read along. I loved getting to read a whole new series to me that I would have absolutely loved as a kid. I loved Little House on the Prairie, that series. That was probably my favorite. As you have probably seen in a lot of my videos, I have a Samantha American Girls doll, and I just loved all the little books that went along with her. And some of the other American Girls that I didn't have the dolls, but I would get the books. Um, and so I'm kind of shocked that I never knew that this series existed when I was growing up because I would have loved the series as a kid. I loved reading it now, like as if I was a kid, and it was like bringing back my childhood um, in like a whole new way. I'm so excited that I have the whole collection of this PS edition, and I plan to read it, probably every couple of years, or maybe like every year I'll read at least one in the series. And other than the actual books, I've just loved getting to know Kelly from books I'm not reading, and Kate from Kate Howe through this read along, and other things. But I feel like I really got to have a good friendship with Kelly through this series, and just through our mutual love of this series, me for the first time and her rereading it. And we found out so many other things that we have in common, just through talking about this series. And of course, Kate, I got to know her from other things. But yeah, that it's just been really fun to watch everybody else's videos, and get everybody's take on the same book. And sadly, I think I am in the minority of not really liking Winona's Pony Cart, but I think I was already kind of predisposed not to like it because I didn't really like Winona's high school character. So maybe because in real life I've known too many girls like this. I don't know. But just overall, this whole series has been such a fun experience for me, and I really thank Kelly and Kate and Katie from Life Between Words on Instagram for hosting this read along. It's been so fun, and just so whimsical, and and bringing me back to my childhood. So I'm going to stop gushing there, and I hope you all have enjoyed watching my videos about this series. And if you have read these before, I would like to know what you think of them, or what your favorite in the series is, and what you thought of Winona's Pony Cart if you read this book this month. So, all right, friends, I'm going to stop talking now, and until my next video, bye, friends.